Hello people, this is Bess, and today's video is about a new champion who is going to be boosted during the next 10 times summons event, which will start on Friday with Cernic. Wurlim has been rectified, he is no longer in the list. The Wurlim is removed. Stagnite, Jingle Hunter, Rain Beast, Frostbringer. I'm not gonna go through the list, guys. Some of them are worth... Some of them are good champs, some of them perhaps are not worth pulling, but I want to focus in this video on YAKARL, who will be boosted starting from Sunday to Tuesday. But before we start, I would like to take a minute and say a big thanks to my amazing community on Twitch. It has been a weird year, guys, with all the troubles going on with this pandemic, but I have always felt your support and your love, so I'm looking forward to pay that love back with more content, including YouTube in 2021, hopefully. Okay, but today we're here to talk about raid, so let's jump into it very quickly. Let's talk about our champion YAKARL. YAKARL is an interesting champ. Okay, he, like we said earlier, he will be the incoming 10x, and he's an attack-based void champion. With this amazing outfit, he looks like a Nordic god. Before I describe his kit, I want to say a big thanks as well to my friend GalenSTD, who has provided his account to showcase YAKARL. You'll find his Twitch link, guys, in the description below. If you want to show him some love back, hit him a follow. Anyway, big thanks, Galen, and let's get into it. YAKARL the SCOURGE, he does have an A1 double hit who has 20% chance of placing a freeze debuff on each hit for 1 turn. He does ignore shield if there is at least 1 enemy under freeze. He will ignore block damage if there are 2 enemies under freeze, and he'll ignore 30% of target defense if there are 3 or more enemies under freeze debuff. It has potential, especially they ignore defense and they ignore unkillable. Ignore block damage, not unkillable. Has potential. A2, oh, those are the most. A2 has attack 1 enemy, has 70% chance, which can be booked to 100% chance of placing 30% decreased speed debuff for 3 turns. And this is on a 3 turns cooldown. So the enemy will be permanently slowed down. And 70% chance of placing a freeze debuff for 1 turn, which is also booked to 100%. Also steals 100% of target's turn meter and places 30% increased speed buff on this champion. So the turn meter steal, situational, very good utility overall. A3 attacks 1 enemy 3 times, triple hit. If target is under freeze debuff, removes the debuff after attacking and places it on all enemies. It means if you hit someone that is under freeze, you'll do 3 hits on him, on that champion. You will remove that freeze if he doesn't die and place that freeze on all the other enemies. This is huge, has huge potential. Will also attack all enemies except the initial target after the 3rd hit. So if this wasn't not enough, on top of spreading the freeze, he will also do an AoE. The freeze debuff will place on all other enemies even if the initial target dies before their freeze debuff is removed. So no matter if you kill the target with the 3 hits or you don't, he will still spread the freeze and he will still do the AoE. This is a very good move. 4 turns cooldown. His passive decreases this champion damage. The damage this champion receives by 10%, and increase the damage this champion inflicts by 10% if there are 1 or more enemies under freeze. So if you keep someone constantly frozen in the opponent team, this champion will be sick. You'll benefit of so many utilities. He does increase this champion's speed by 15 and resistance by 50 if there are 2 or more enemies. So it's a very good utility if you can freeze 2 or more enemies. He becomes fast and he has more resistance. I'm thinking perhaps Doom Tower This would be handy. Active effect. Places an unkillable buff on this champion for 2 turns whenever there are 3 enemies under freeze debuff. If you freeze 3 or more enemies, he'll be unkillable. This is huge. Okay. Doom Tower also, on even Arena. His aura is attack in Doom Tower by 43%. 43% attack in Doom Tower. Of course, we're gonna showcase him starting from Doom Tower. Alright. Let's pick, I don't know, a random floor. Let's find a tanky floor. Okay, here we have 5 revivers. This is tanky enough. We're gonna pair him with champions that can freeze and like a turn meter control, so we don't let them rest each other. A block reviver as well is handy here. So let's see how. I'm grabbing a random floor, floor 61. Like it's like midway on hard mode. If you guys are struggling with Doom Tower, he'll be very handy there. But perhaps you will need to build him with some more accuracy for that to happen. This YAKARL in this build is built DPS. Because, I mean, he's attack-based champ, and he does have some decent utilities which ignore defense. And scales pretty well, you'll see. Like, his damage, yeah, here he took down 2, almost 3 opponents. And everyone is frozen. He makes sure everyone remains frozen, and those that are frozen will receive huge damage. Ignore shield, ignore defense. Did you see that? I'm running this full auto, but at some point we might need to manual this. We got a couple of freeze. Like in auto, he doesn't work quite well. Like here, he did use his triple hit, his A3, on someone that was not frozen. So we see that perhaps on manual, this champion will, like his AI is not the smartest. But we're used to this on this game, right? Nothing new for us. We lost Ray on the way. Too bad. Let's see if we can recover from this point. We need to kill that Arbiter. Otherwise, she'll arrest people. Okay, we did froze her. So not a big deal. Like, on auto, guys, his AI is not working quite well. But on Doom Tower, most likely you will be manualing. So, don't be afraid to put him in your lineup. He'll be fun. And manualing Doom Tower, guys, for the first time is actually required very often. Because you don't really know what are you going to face on the waves. We don't really know the mechanics of each wave. And we learn on the way, right? We learn while we go through. Here, this worked well. He did take a freeze from someone, from Relic Retender, and he did place that on the whole of the team. On all the opponents. He's using the ignore shield and damage as well. So ignore block damage, A1, right? Yeah, ignore shield. See, only one enemy frozen. See, he only ignores shield. Here we've got 0 enemies frozen, so he's only just killing people. We have an Arbiter who is not under CC, so okay. They got frozen because of Tormin passive. Speed down. I mean, with Tormin, he's hella fun. If you have a Tormin in your roster, you'll enjoy him. If you have a Shiromani, if you have a Ray, if you have whatever champ that has AoE freeze, he will be fun. Use him. Alright, so fight is almost over. We need to make sure that Arbiter doesn't arrest everyone back. Okay, we did lock her out with Lydia, so this fight is pretty much done. Full auto. It was a random floor I picked up, but I guess you can test him out wherever you want. 2 minutes 54. It was even his best time. Galen has never tried to do speedruns, so. And neither I am, but he's fun. Doom Tower, 1 million damage. I mean, not bad as a DPS, right? Really not bad. And Ray has also some decent damage. She's not even close to his damage. Okay. We lost her on wave 2 perhaps, that's why. Should we check him out in arena? All right. Okay. Before we check him out in arena, quick stop. Let's check his gear. How did we gear this champ? This champ was geared in full crit damage sets, 3 sets, and it has 298 crit damage, 100 crit rate, so crit capped. 180 speed, a bit slow for Doom Tower perhaps. Attack 4.2k. Attack is okay. We might want even a bit more here perhaps. And accuracy is a bit low. So on this build, it has been done pure DPS, pure crit damage. You can build him in different ways. You can build him with high accuracy, trying to land those freezes and those debuffs. But you can't neglect damage because he is a DPS after all. He does ignore defense on A1. He does hit hard on A2. So you can't really ignore this. It's not going to be easy, in my opinion, to gear this guy. You need some decent gear. Mastery-wise, of course, we picked the classic offense tree. We did pick Opportunist here because he will freeze people, and Opportunist will increase damage inflict to targets with stun, sleep, fear, true fear, or freeze by 12%. This is kind of a must. I recommend you to use this. Life Drinker to get some life back, and Helm Smasher. This is important. Helm Smasher to increase even more that ignore defense. All right. Let's see him in arena. Okay. Which are basically the two contents I think he will shine the most. Let's grab a team like that looks a bit challenging. I don't know this Hegemon perhaps, but there's a Gore grab. Did we refresh it? Okay, let's grab this kind of fun. They'll be most likely slower than us, so I'm putting here 2 AoE freeze, and let's see if this works on auto. In arena, you don't really want to auto because you want to make sure they do the right skill at the right time. But let's see. I mean, what could possibly? We have 3 people under freeze. Okay, let's see what he does. He did kill the only one that was not frozen. 1 shot. That wasn't a best. Okay, he did 1 shot Gore grab or 2 hit with A1. Whatever he touches, guys, he does 1 shot. Boom, 13, decreased turn meter, amazing. Let's go. Perhaps this team was not that challenging. We have any only bots. I don't want to test him against bots, guys. What do you think? Let's try this. Okay, this looks challenging. Another, or perhaps, I mean, if we want to go against a Tormin, I want to test against the Molly and Mount King, but I will manual this. A high resistance. Will we be able to land? Freeze with what's called 250 accuracy. Who knows? Time will tell. I'm not gonna auto this. Okay, we did self freeze him and Tormin. Sire, okay, we did hit 3 freezes. Molly, no, we're gonna slow him down. All right. Let's try to freeze some of them. Okay, we got 2 stuns and 3 freezes. So, I would say we use this to ignore defense because we have 3 people under freeze, or we can use this to spread. Honestly, I would like to kill Trunda first, or we don't really need to spread here because everyone is under freeze. Let's one shot Molly. How about that? Or let's one shot this guy if we can. Can we one shot the Mount King? Can we one shot? No, but not a bad hit. All right. Let's try to freeze more people. Okay. Hey, Tormin is answering our freezes. Freeze. That Trunda now is risky. All right. We take the freeze and we spread it. Ooh, she resisted. All right. Now she will bring someone back. Did she ignore? Okay, he does ignore block damage. So let's see with 3 or more people under freeze if we can ignore the block damage with him. Okay, we have 3 people under freeze, so this one will ignore block damage. Oh, it is already over, so we can't really test that. Anyway, he does a lot. I'm actually liking him in arena. I'm liking him in arena, but not only because he does hit hard. His utilities, like we are going here under a Tormin, guys, with no clans. A Tormin, a Molly, and we could auto this from minute 1. We just wanted to test him. Steel turn meter, speed down, like he's very handy. I'm liking him. He may look like his kit is a bit confusional. You may get confused by reading his kit, but he does work. He does work. Alright guys, this was basically it. Short showcase. I mean, in dungeons you can use him if you are early mid game. He does have the freeze again. So like let's say crowd control is always handy to use in dungeons. Faction wars, he will be amazing. He will be an amazing DPS for faction wars for barbarians. You don't have any better. And I guess that's it. Thanks again to Galen for giving me his account to showcase YAKARL. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments. You can feel free to tell me if you like the build, if you would build him in a different way. If you liked his kit, what do you like, what don't you like? Where would you use him? Feel free to post whatever is in your mind and within the TOS. Thanks guys for watching. I will see you in the next video.